right, hey there, good morning. I'm Meteorologist Ben Peine. It has been at 10. It is your weather show for Southern Indiana and beyond. And so thanks for jumping on the show and being part of the weather family here. Feel free to say good morning, drop in the comments, let us know where you're watching from. Of course, if you have any weather questions, happy to help answer those too. We got beautiful weather on the way. I mean, take a look live outside here out of the Extol Media Studios before Vincent's and Market in Uptown New Albany here. It is severe clear, as the pilots say, as we have nothing in the skies other than the blue skies across the area right now. So gorgeous conditions will continue across the area for the rest of our work week. As we head into this weekend, we'll eventually have some changes returning to the area. As we take a look at the radar and satellite, things are pretty quiet across the area. As you can see, we've got a little front out to the west. That will never really impact our weather whatsoever. We're going to continue to be in the clear all throughout southern Indiana and Kentucky and beyond. But there you can see that front stretching out to our west with the rad sat right there. And as we look ahead to your forecast, we'll go ahead and bring up as well the weather headlines here for you. And we'll get to your comments here in just a second as well. Typically, we've got Beverly Haggis, who's the first one that pops on. Good morning there from Borden, Indiana. Good morning, Beverly. Was up at 6:45, and the temperature was 46 degrees. There was a chill in the air once again, a little nip in the air this morning. Definitely in a weather pattern where you need the morning jacket, take the layer off in the afternoon with 70s, and then late day, evening time, you're back to maybe a light jacket, sweatshirt, or hoodie. It's just hard to wear kind of weather. Decide what to wear, pretty much. Here's again a look at the radar and satellite as we bring up the weather headlines for October the 13th. We have more sunny days ahead. Highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s. Perfect energy-saving weather across the area, and just staying dry through the work week. Now, the weekend does involve a stronger front that should bring in some showers and thunderstorms to the area Saturday and into Sunday. So typically, a little bit later in the show, we'll dive a little deeper into we'll look at the weather model data. You need me to go down on the volume a little bit? We're good? All right. That's just Jason helped me out here with some of the production. So there's our weather headlines. Here's your play ball forecast. Sunny and mild today, noon 68 degrees, 75 at noon, and at 8 p.m. 67 degrees. So while the sun is way up and high in the sky, we have those 70s. As it lowers, we have the 60s, and just a light northeast breeze at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And coming up in 12 days, we've got IUS Fest. So that is at the IUS campus right here in New Albany, Grant Line Road. And we've got special guest Megan Hicks, chair of IUS Fest, and also the associate director of student affairs. Student life. I almost got it right.
You were this close.
3 out of 4. So thanks for being with us this morning. And tell us more about the big event coming up.
Sure. So IUS Fest, it's a great event, 11 to 2. We have lots of fun for the whole family or your friend group. We've got Trunk or Treat, Touch a Truck. We have EduPlay Park, which is where all of our schools do some sort of educational fun activity. We also have inflatables, food trucks, beer and wine garden, so truly something for everybody.
So the parents
That's right.
have a little fun as well. Yeah. Obviously, a beautiful spot, as I mentioned, right off Grant Line Road. We're hoping for good weather. I looked a couple of weeks out, or not even a couple of weeks, 12 days out. It looked like the European weather model, the GFS weather model, I'm talking weather here on the weather show, it has a front Friday, the day before, and then it clears out for Saturday. So we hope that's the case on October the 25th for IUS Fest. Let us know if you've ever been to IUS Fest, and maybe if you're planning to go, let us know. We got a couple comments real quick. Orly Whitlow, good morning. 47 in Hodgenville this morning. Tell us have a great day. And Dennis Gregory saying a little bit nippy this morning in Bedford, Indiana. I was cruising back through Bedford from IU Bloomington yesterday, but this gorgeous weather continues. But back to IUS Fest. So what's the whole goal here? I mean, all this effort and everything, it's festival time of the year, but so what really brought this about?
We usually do a homecoming and a fall fest. Years ago on the IU Southeast campus, there's kind of two separate things. And as we, grow and evolve and try to decide what's best for the campus community and our broader community, we kind of looked at that and thought, wouldn't it be fun if we just did one really big event on campus and invite people? You know, we had been coming out of kind of that COVID season, and we wanted to invite people back to the campus and just say, we're here, we're still here for you, we're part of your community, and we want to share all the great stuff we have here with you all.
And you've had good turnouts, thousands of people coming out?
We have had great turnouts. So it gets a little dippy when the weather kind of doesn't cooperate, but we will go rain or shine. We have some lovely facilities, so we'll move things inside and we'll go no matter what, and it'll be a great time. So we don't let the weather get us down if it isn't perfect. And
we were talking to Joe Glover earlier, Vice Chancellor at IUS, and he's saying, you know, he's a big sports guy. Volleyball's doing really good.
Yeah.
And there's a volleyball game that day?
There is a volleyball game at 1:00. Definitely come out and see these young women play. They're off to a great season. And they have our new coach, Taylor. She's wonderful. She's brought a lot of energy in with her.
Very cool.
So it's great.
And this fest actually begins a little sooner?
It does. We actually start this weekend on the 18th with a car show put on by one of our student orgs. So 8 to noon at the IU Southeast campus parking lot. It's free admission. And so they kind of kick off our festivities. And then as we go through the week, we have a lot of student events and things. They do an IUS Fest pageant where we crown an IUS king and queen for the fest. We have a paddleboat regatta, which we brought back last year. People seem to love it. That's 4:00 on Thursday. And so people from the community are invited to that. The students race across IUS Lake.
So that'd be a fun time too. If you're a high schooler and you're maybe thinking about different colleges, hop out here and see what fun is happening at IU Southeast. And then we've mentioned all ages. We've got a lot of fun events, but also you're squeezing a little intelligence into the fun as well. So describe a little bit of the smart stuff you're incorporating.
Sure. We call it our EduPlay Park, and representatives from each of our schools. We have 6 different schools on campus, and representatives and faculty and staff from those schools all put on an educational fun activity. Natural sciences is always a popular hit. They usually blow something up. Controlled, of course. Freeze-dried marshmallows one year to kind of talk about that. And so they always do a fun few tables. Arts and Letters did puppeting one year. And so all of our schools just dig down and get creative and do something fun.
Never know when that might spark an interest in a kid, and maybe that becomes their career someday as well. So thank you, Megan Hicks, for very much for coming on the show and let us know all about it. I'll be out there, by the way, too. That is October the 25th, 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. And we'll be updating you. We'll actually look ahead to the forecast for that weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, coming up in our full forecast. But let's get back to the graphics here again one more time. IUS Fest presented by NWSB, and we'll be talking to Pat Daly, CEO of NWSB, here in a little bit. Once we get through the forecast, we'll be talking a little bit more about IUS Fest and the involvement with NWSB as well. Talking a little bit about the leaves. I was driving back from Bloomington yesterday, starting to see a little bit of color out there. You can see that the forecast here from explorefall.com, the fall foliage forecast for you leaf peepers out there, late October into early November. So we're getting there day by day. And we've got a comment here, Pop. We got a few comments here. John Fox, good morning to you. And we've got Vicki Dirk and saying, I'm at Clarksville Walmart. Been here since 8 a.m. Don't remember if I've even looked at the temperature, but it felt good with a light sweater. A little sweater weather in the morning time. Lily Lasley reporting now is 60 degrees there in Litchfield in Grayson County. Thanks for the live reports, guys. Always appreciate that. We've got the countdown continuing. Average highs in the 60s in 5 days. Time change in just 20 days. That means 5:42 p.m. sunsets in just 20 days. That's November 2nd. When we fall back an hour, get that extra hour of sleep. Average first flurries typically happen in about 33 days. And Thanksgiving 45 days away. And today's weather history. 1846, a hurricane rolled across Cuba and Florida a couple days earlier, continued its path through Georgia and the Carolinas, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Again, this is way back in the day, 1846. And this inflicted damage along its entire route. Even Philadelphia and Boston suffered some damage. 1966, tonight and into the 14th, Denver experienced 7 inches of snow.
of wet early season snow that caused extensive power outages. In 2006, the October 2006 Buffalo storm was, so now if you've been paying attention to the weather history, we've gone from tropical season, we still have a little tropics in it. Now we're starting to talk more about snow. The October 2006 Buffalo storm was an unusual early season lake effect snowstorm that hit Buffalo, New York, 15 inches of snow from that one. And then 2011, 3 tornadoes hit central and eastern Virginia. One of those EF1 tornadoes caused damage to the Sylvania plantation home that was built in 1746. And 5 years ago, finally 2020 in Indianapolis, 57 consecutive days without any daily rainfall above 1/10 of an inch comes to an end. All right, here we go. The stupid weather jokes of the day. Why was the robots' anniversary in the fall? They were autumn-mated. Not one snicker from that one in the room. All right, what do farmers wear? These are stupid weather jokes, by the way. What do farmers wear under their shirt to stay warm? A har vest. All right, how do trees get on the internet? They log on. These are punny today. Why shouldn't you tell a secret in a cornfield? Because the corn have ears. You can feel free to rate these 1 out of 10. If it's a 4, even better, because again, they are stupid weather jokes. Thanks for watching. All right, we've got Joe Glover. A big thank you to Pat Daly at NWSB for their support for IUS Fest. We're going to talk to Pat here in just a few moments. We've got low levels of on the allergy report, kind of towards the end of growing season. That kind of helps some of us out as far as us allergy sufferers out there. Today's forecast for your Monday, October the 13th, 2025, 75 degrees, sunny and mild, just about perfect again, with just a light northeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Low temperature 51 degrees, clear, cool, and calm, and just a light breeze for the overnight period. As I mentioned, time and time again with this amazing October weather pattern, it is just energy-saving weather. Really don't need the heat, really don't need the AC. 50s out the door tomorrow morning. Again, for your October 14th, your Tuesday forecast, 70 at noon, 76 the afternoon high. Our normal high is 71, so even though it feels really good, we're actually about 5 degrees above normal for this time of the year. Joe Banks popping in the comments with a good morning. Hey, Joe, thanks for tuning in. And so more sunshine rolls on. Your 7-day forecast, we've got dry weather, 70s for highs through the rest of the work week, lows in the upper 40s and 50s. And then this weekend, we'll have some changes. That'll be our next good chance of some showers and thunderstorms on the way. Should give us a bit of a temperature drop behind that Sunday into Monday as we drop into the upper 60s. And here with us now, we have Pat Daly of NWSB, CEO. Good morning, sir. Thanks for being with us. And you guys at NWSB are the presenting sponsor of what we're just talking about here with Megan Hicks, IUS Fest on October the 25th, 2025. And you guys are all over the community. I see your signs everywhere. There's this event provided by NWSB. So what's the connection here with IUS and why you guys wanted to join up?
Well, we had an opportunity to join this function and support this function and this event. And it didn't take us long to decide to go ahead and yeah, we want to jump in and be the sponsor. We have that philosophy in our organization that we support the communities that we're in. And obviously, IUS is a big part of our community, and we want to support what they're doing with so many of the people that go to school out there in the communities that we are out there in. And so anything we can do to help out is great.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to school here, there's a good chance you'll stay here. And so then they helping to power the workforce right here in Southern Indiana. I just want to thank you guys too, because my builder, Brad Weddington, does a lot of business with NWSB, and he turned me on to you guys. And, you know, sometimes you need a little extra help to get the home equity line of credit. David at the Sellersburg branch helped me out really well. So it is cool. You guys are really living up to that mantra. People, you know, wherever you go. I mean, easy to make a connection and do business with you guys. And then you're in the community like this too. So,
well, we try to be as accessible as we possibly can. And that is usually not too hard since we all live in one of our communities. So it's good to give back to the community. If you've been successful, and we have, it's our obligation to give back to the community and support the communities.
So we got NWSB, presenting sponsor of IUS Fest. We just talked about this. It's going to be a good time. We've got activities for the entire family, fall, of course, related. There's going to be students out there. There's going to be educational opportunities. There's going to be food vendors, some free food, thanks to you guys for a little while.
Yeah. No, we'll have food, we'll have fun, we'll have events. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and again, hopefully this is a weather show. We'll get back to the forecast portion, but we're going to look ahead to the forecast, not for just this weekend, but next weekend. We're trying to time out a front just right to make the weather good for that. I want to mention, though, as well, that this is rain or shine event. They've got indoor space in case my forecast changes. Right now it's good, but so it should be good either way.
Yeah, no, it's on a beautiful part of the campus and very easy to access, and we're just excited to be a part of it.
Very good. And I want to ask you, how's your grass doing? Because I know you put some seed out, and we haven't had a whole lot of rain.
I've been watering it, so
I apologize.
Indiana American is the benefactor of that. Yeah. But no, it's turned out great.
We're putting you to work there at your house to keep it. And actually, my yard actually turned around very good too. Thanks for giving us some more information and being on the show this morning. Pat Daly with NWSB, big part of the community here, of course. So here's a look at the details here. IUS Fest. So just about 12 days away, my wife's birthday. I'll be out there 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. So right there, a midday event. They've got a volleyball game. Their volleyball team, the ladies are doing great. You can stay for that. And so, again, we're going to be talking about the weather in the long run here and dig into those weather models here in just a second. Taking a live look outside on this amazing Monday, October the 13th. We've got a couple more comments. Lillian Lasley loves the jokes. Thank you very much for the support every morning. We've got Laura DeVore popping in the comments. Hello, hello. Thanks for tuning in here this morning. And as we take that was our live look out there. We'll take a look at the weather headlines one more time. More sunny days ahead. The highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s. A dry work week, and then we've got a chance for some weekend showers and thunderstorms. That play ball forecast, if you're lucky enough to hit the golf course, it is going to be awesome out there. 68 degrees at noon. 75 for our afternoon high, which is about 4 degrees above normal for this time of the year. So again, things are great all the way through Friday. We'll look ahead with the models here into this weekend when we'll start to see some changes back across the area. So speaking of that, we'll bring up the weather maps here. You can see it is really quiet as we look across the region. If you want rain, you really got to go out west to Illinois and Missouri. That's where that rain is going to stay. Let me bring up another live view outside as well with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera. So it is a beautiful blue sky. And Laura's said, hopefully not cold after the rain. Yeah, we'll look at those temperatures as well, Laura. So the rain chance that we're talking about is Saturday into Sunday. And then a little cooler. We're talking like 60s instead of 70s, which by that time is actually pretty much normal temperatures for this time of the year. And cheers to what has just been a beautiful weather pattern. Big happy in the house this morning. Just amazing weather continuing across the area. And now let's get rid of that and bring up our page here, which is live streaming. We've got our live stream right here on extolmag.com/weather. Got your current conditions showing 57 degrees, maybe around 60 by now. And the severe weather outlooks, day 1 and day 2, no severe weather anywhere close to our area. There's only a level 1 out of 5 all the way down in the desert southwest, actually. You got your drought monitor, your local cameras, traffic cameras, all that good stuff. And for now, there's not much to talk about with the big old interactive radar here, but you can also plot the temperatures and look at the current conditions here at extolmag.com/weather. I want to thank our other partners as well. Lyons Roofing, LYONS, LyonsRoofingCo.com, protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. You can give them a shout, 812-294-3595. Both sides of the river. They've got you covered throughout the Louisville metro area. You may have to work hand in hand with your insurance company with that, or you may want to get a quote. They've actually had price reductions with their auto renewals with American Family. Go to amfam.com, search Michael Long. That's my agent right there. And then he can hook you up with a quote, 812-578-3072. And you can message him right there as well. Our other post-secondary education partners here that have helped out my family with the dual credit, the free college credits here that transfer to other universities like IU Bloomington, where my daughter goes. You go to locations and then hit Sellersburg. That's going to teach you all that you need to know, or a lot of it, right there online. But if you want to learn more, tomorrow's Tuesday. You can get one-on-one help, customize your visit here. You can get that campus tour, personalized admissions appointment to discuss your goals and next steps, consultations about financials, career coaches, in-person assistance. You're not alone when it comes to making this next step at Ivy Tech, ivytech.edu. And our partners at Libs Paving, may have an opportunity for you. You go to the career section and just go on down. They're a family-owned company right off Floyd's Knobs, the largest asphalt paving contractor around. You probably see their machinery out and about, especially this time of the year. And when it's nice out there, they can get a lot of work done. So thankfully, they've got a lot of work planned this week. But if you want some work, there you go. There's some opportunities here on their careers section at libspaving.com. So again, thanks to all of our partners for allowing us to do what we do here on Ben at 10, Extol Weather and Extol Media. Let's bring up the weather models. I'll show you that rain that you see out there out to the west is pretty much going to stay out that direction. We'll bring up the future radar here, and we'll go ahead, and if you've watched the show before, as we start to dig into the weather model data, we typically start with the HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh weather model. It updates every hour, and there you can see that rain out towards St. Louis. We'll go into this afternoon and see what happens with that. It looks like maybe a sprinkle north of I-70, but nothing here locally with that little tiny rain chance with that front up to the north, as it basically just kind of fizzles out. So what we've, for the last week or so, since it's been dry, we really haven't needed to use the short range high resolution weather models. We need to just go ahead and slide right into the GFS weather model, which is the longer range weather model. So we will go ahead and do that and load that up here in just a sec. Got a couple more good mornings. Laura saying, I know normal, but wish we could keep the 70s. For now, it is looking very good. And I think we may see some more 70s and some, little cool spells, some warm-ups through the rest of October. I really don't see anything too chilly just yet. Bertha Turner with a good morning. Thanks for tuning in. And Beverly's got to go, but you were the first one on, Beverly, so you have a great day as well. So let me go ahead and load up that GFS weather model, and we'll take a look at when it thinks our next chance of rain will arrive. And we basically, guys, just need to jump ahead to Saturday. We can maybe start it on Friday just to see it out to the west. So our Friday, the 17th, backing out our view, there's a front developing to the northwest. So this is Friday afternoon. I'm going to jump ahead here to 11 a.m. Saturday. Ooh, there we go. Now we're popping up something. So the only difference I'm seeing now, they're coming closer together, by the way. The European weather model was a little bit slower, like Saturday night, Sunday morning. The GFS has been a little more progressive, bringing it in just a little bit sooner. So this is our next good chance of some rain. There's a little bit of energy with this, meaning that the air might be a little unstable. So there might be some thunderstorm activity to watch for with this weekend. If you have weekend plans, well, here you go, a heads up there. I don't think it's a big severe weather threat at this point in time. You might see some crazy maps online on social media. That's where you're going to find some crazy maps. But right now, not looking too crazy. All right, so that is a look at Saturday morning. Going into the afternoon Saturday, there you can see that rain lining up just out to the west. Again, this is Saturday the 18th, this weekend. So here's a pretty stout front moving right on top of us. This is at 5 p.m. Saturday. And of course, day by day through this week, we're going to fine tune the exact timing of this. And as you get closer, you get the weather models in more harmony, and you can be a lot more precise with the timing. But right now, Saturday and early Sunday is kind of the time frame as we look ahead here. Going to 8 p.m., there you can see that rain still over the area. So the GFS has this generally, you can see some more lingering rain on the backside of this front around 11 p.m. Saturday. This is 2 a.m. Sunday morning, and then 5 a.m. Sunday morning. So again, Saturday into early Sunday. And then right now, the GFS has us drying out Sunday morning. So more of a Saturday thing. Again, the only difference is the European weather model has this lingering a little bit more into early Sunday. So that is our next good chance of some showers. around the area, maybe some thunderstorms as well. As we take a look at the temperature map, behind this front, there you can see a little bit of a cool down on the way. So this is at 8 a.m. Sunday. It's got probably temperatures like we've had. There you can see upper 40s and some 50s Sunday morning. As we go into Sunday afternoon, this is showing some 60s temperatures across the area. And I've got us at like 68 for the high Sunday. So these temperatures sometimes with these raw weather maps from the weather models can be a little bit conservative on these temperatures. I'm going upper 60s on Sunday for now, but a little bit of a cool down behind that front as it moves on through. As we go into Monday, the 20th, so heading into next week, this is a look at those morning temperatures, which are looking a little chillier here. You've got showing some lower 40s in spots. It's a little bit of an autumn chill on the way, but not any kind of widespread frost by any means. It's approved by Laura. Not bad, not bad. As we go into next Monday afternoon, the 20th, we're looking at temperatures here still in the 60s, much cooler. Look at over here, over the Appalachians. These are the high temperatures in the 40s up in the higher elevations, and then some warmer weather out to the west. Now, with that said, let me bring this back on here. So this is next Monday. Look at the warm up off to our southwest. So this is going to be kind of a yo-yo weather pattern, roller coaster ride kind of thing that we have going on. Look at these temperatures. Summer hanging on to the southwest. So this is next Monday afternoon. We're on the cool side of things, but there is a big significant warm up off to our southwest where summer is still has a little fuel in the tank out that direction. Going into Tuesday next week, we may have another, kind of a brief warm up. This is interesting. Here's I zoom in. Notice this swirl right here. So you've got this surge of warm air, and then in a counterclockwise way, you've got a swirl, and then the cold air dropping in. This is the transition season we're talking about. Spring is a transition season. Fall is as well, where you're getting the old summer weather clashing with what wants to be winter, and then you can get more storms, more active weather, and up and down weather conditions. And so this kind of looks like the style of weather that we're going to have next week. Let me go ahead and clear that out and take a look at some of these temperatures here. So this is next Tuesday, the 21st, and it's showing us, 70s, 80s just out to the west, and then highs in the 40s and 30s back out farther to the northwest of our area. So a tale of two climates here for the middle of next week. So then as we go into the 22nd, it looks like we'll have a front moving in late part of next week, maybe a couple of fronts. So now I'm going into there's looks like a little more cool air coming in the 23rd. So that would be right around a couple Thursdays from now, a little bit down the road. Showing some cool temperatures there. Going into the 23rd afternoon, showing highs in the 60s. Again, not seeing anything terribly cold at this point in time as we look at the latter days of October. This is into the 24th. Pretty normal temperatures overall. Into the 25th. So this is 25th, which is IUS Fest at IU Southeast, and that looks like we got some nice weather there. Now, let's talk. We've talked about the rain for Saturday and the Sunday, this Saturday, Sunday. Let's back up and go through next week at some more potential rain chances. I'm going to take us back to Tuesday the 21st. And since we are looking at the long range forecast now, it is been on a limb, which is always subject to change when we look this far out. But nonetheless, it's fun to take a look at the long range data. A lot of times it does pan out or something similar. I don't want to look at the total precip. I want to look at the reflectivity. So let me bring that up. So this is at the 21st, nothing happening. That's next Tuesday. Going into the 22nd, which is a Wednesday. So it does look like there could be a front middle part of next week. So we get a rain chance this Saturday and early Sunday, maybe another rain chance by the middle of next week. This is the 21st, next a couple Wednesdays from now. It looks like that'll pass on by. I'm going to broaden our view back out here. 22nd would be, what, Thursday? A couple Thursdays from now. So we might have a couple of fronts, maybe kind of a series of fronts next week. And then I'm going in here to the 24th, which is a Friday. And that shows a decent chance of rain. Look at that, popping back up. So again, a more active weather pattern perhaps as we get into the last half of October, which would be kind of typical as we start to get these fronts moving in from Canada, wanting to switch up our weather pattern, saying goodbye to the summer-like weather. So that is Friday the 24th for IUS Fest that we talked earlier with Pat Daly from NWSB, and had Joe Glover on the show earlier, the Vice Chancellor at IUS, and Megan Hicks. We want things to clear out, and it looks like so far so good. This is going into the 25th, my wife's birthday, IUS Fest, and it has this dry there. So hopefully we'll continue to time it out in our favor. This weekend, a little bit of rain to deal with. The following weekend, it looks like we'll have some rain chances back in that the following weekend, clearing out in time. But great weather. Festival weather has been fantastic. Harvest Homecoming had amazing weather over the weekend. Did you get a chance to go out to Harvest Homecoming? Let us know. If you have any festivals in your neighborhood, in your area, feel free to drop that in the comments. Always like to know what's happening in different communities. And then I'll bring up the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day outlook from the CPC. So the 6 to 10 day outlook keeps us overall above normal. So our normal high is around 70. So even if we're just talking mid 70s, that's above normal. So the weather pattern here does feature a ridge of high pressure. Let me bring this up full screen. What you have is a trough out west in the jet stream and then a ridge east. So we've got high pressure that promotes a lot of happy sunshine across the area. And then out west, that trough in the jet stream fills in with cool air. When you get these troughs and these humps in the jet stream, when the jet stream is flat, it's called zonal flow or laminar flow. And you can get some storms every now and again in moderate temperatures. But when the jet stream gets a little bit wavy this time of the year, that's when the weather pattern can get a little more active sometimes if it's not stuck. It doesn't look like it's going to be stuck as we just looked at some more rain chances next week. So that's the 6 to 10 day outlook, favoring above normal temperatures through the 6 to 10 day outlook. Now, let's go to see if we have any trends here for the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. And it's got us kind of near normal as we get toward, as we saw in the latter stages, maybe the following weekend, not this weekend, the following weekend might start to trend cooler back to normal around that time. So it doesn't have us in that more red area. So that shows that. And there's no severe weather happening across much of the United States. This October is typically a very quiet, severe weather month. As we look at the Storm Prediction Center's risk of severe weather for today, there's a level 1 out of 5 there over western New Mexico and the eastern Arizona. Day 2 is going to be very quiet as well. A little tiny sliver of a 1 out of 5 risk of severe weather in central New Mexico. And the day 3 severe weather risk, 1 out of 5, that dark green area over parts of the plains and New Mexico. So any active weather staying out west of us on the eastern edge of that trough is where you would find some active weather. That trough of the jet stream, that cooler air out west, that's where there's kind of a divide in the temperatures across the United States. Let me see if I can bring up the current conditions. And there's a front out to the west. So we'll just wait for these to load up here. Adjust the map a little bit. Love this big map right here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up full screen. So this is the current status across the United States. There is a little winter-like weather. Look, notice up to the northwest, you've got teens and 20s over parts of Wyoming and into Montana. Then you got a front out over Missouri and down through Oklahoma and Texas. We've got a little cool pocket over us, but you've got this warm surge out over the just west of the Mississippi River out ahead of that cold front. So that's kind of the status of things across the United States right now. And for us, our current status is nothing but blue skies once again. A gorgeous start to the day. And Laura, we've got a good morning here from Mike Sievert. Good morning to everybody. We've got Laura saying, going back to the Smokies, October 26th to the 2nd, I need warmer then, putting it in my order. It might happen. And also the sunshine. Asking for a lot there, Laura, but that's all right. Ask away. We'll try to get you the good weather. All right, we'll do the forecast recap on a nice, quiet, sunshiny day as we're cruising right along through our Monday, October the 13th. All right, let's bring back up the forecast. We'll remove that and add this to the stage. And your weather headlines. More sunny days ahead, highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s, dry through our work week with our weekend chances of showers and thunderstorms. Our play ball forecast, when the sun is high in the sky in the afternoon, we're in the 70s. When it lowers, if you're in the morning or the evening, we're in the 60s. North-northeast wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. As I mentioned earlier, got IUS Fest, October 25th. Just an early reminder. Good times out there in New Albany along Grant Line Road at the IUS campus. The forecast here from explorefall.com, late October, early November is our time frame for peak fall foliage. And how many days until average highs in the 60s? 5 days away. Our countdown getting shorter and shorter. The time change, just 20 days. Most of us not looking forward to that with those 5:42 p.m. sunsets. And average first flurries in about 33 days. Thanksgiving right around the corner, 45 days away. There's a lot on today's weather history. I'm going to slap this on Facebook on my page here at around noon today. You can take a longer look at that or watch the replay, as I did talk about all this a little bit earlier. We'll go through the weather jokes here real quick. Why was the robot's anniversary in the fall? They were autumn-mated. What do farmers wear under their shirt to stay warm? A harvest. How do trees get on the internet? They log on. Why shouldn't you tell a secret in a cornfield? Because the corn have ears. All puns in the stupid weather jokes today. And since we're putting in orders, Vicky Berger would like a warm winter. It was pretty nasty winter last time. It was my kids had 3 weeks of winter break because we got that like ice and snowstorm, which locked us up for several days because we live out in the hills and none of the plows could reach us. And so we literally could not get out of our neighborhood for a few days. It was pretty wild. It was pretty wild out there. I too, Vicky, would not mind a mild winter. And that theory about bugs dying off in a cold winter, never seen it happen. We had a cold winter. We had lows around 0 or whatever, even below that. And the bugs were as bad as I feel like I've ever seen this spring and summer. So I'm not buying that theory anymore. So I'll just take a mild winter and not worry about the bugs because they're always going to be with us. Laura and Vicky teaming up with a warm winter request for our Monday, October 13th, 2025, at a high of 75 degrees, sunny and mild, just about perfection out there. North-northeast wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear and calm and cool, low 51, and just a light breeze here for us. And the forecast for tomorrow, for your Tuesday, October the 14th, 53 out the door, 70 at noon, so morning jacket, and then a T-shirt in the afternoon. 76 for that high temperature. Normal high is 71. Normal low is 51 degrees. Here's that lovely 7-day forecast. With 70s and dry weather for the rest of our work week, lows will be cool. And then I think we'll maybe jump up with the temperatures, upper 70s, near 80 Saturday. That warm up is ahead of the cold front. Ahead of pretty much every cold front, you get a south breeze. It helps you warm things up. You get a little more humidity, and might get some showers and thunderstorms out of that, especially late Saturday is kind of the time frame right now, maybe in the very early Sunday morning, and then a touch cooler, upper 60s, back to kind of where temperatures should be this time of the year, Sunday into Monday, and upper 40s for low temperatures as we go into next week. And we've got a good morning from Glenda Roberts. Thanks for watching, Glenda. Thanks for being with us to start off this new week as we're starting to head into mid-October already. Again, this year just seems to be racing by. I don't know what's going on. Hard to keep up. There's the clear sky that we have, the blue sky with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation, fallsoftheohio.org. Again, nothing but blue skies out there. Great weather to get things done around the yard. And you can always get your weather resources here at extolmag.com/weather for Southern Indiana and beyond. We've got, as I refresh that, our live show up right there. I was just showing the outside cam. Current conditions, 3-day, 7-day forecast, more weather maps and resources for our region, and the interactive radar, which not busy through the work week, but you can plot some other parameters there like temperatures and the wind direction and things like that. When we do get storms, there's storm tracks, there's alerts, lightning, all that stuff. I mean, we got to back way out to see that rain out to our west right now over Illinois and Missouri. So you can be your own meteorologist. I'm with you, Laura. Hard to believe. Heading into mid-October already. And once again, I want to thank our partners, Lions Roofing, lionsroofingco.com, protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. And you can get free estimates here online, but you can give them a call to 812-294-3595, and they can hook you up with maybe an estimate, give you some advice. They've got advice for financials and all that stuff. They got you covered commercially, residentially, custom home builds, both sides of the river throughout Metro Louisville, 812-294-3595. Some good folks there. Another good dude right here, Michael Long, amfam.com. Just search Michael's name right there, Michael Long, and that'll come to this page, and you can give them a call. You can give them an email if you want to quote. They've had some auto renewal reductions in price, which I've seen reflected on my bill. So give them a shout, 812-578-3072. Tomorrow is Tuesdays at the Tech. If you want to check out their campus right there, nestled at Highway 311 and I-65, 9 miles north of downtown Louisville. You can get one-on-one assistance. If you want to schedule a visit, there's that button right there, Tuesdays at the Tech. You're going to get help for registering for classes, getting started, career development, paying for college, making it as simple and easy as possible for you there to get to that next level. And they've got some job postings here available at libspaving.com, top asphalt paving contractor around, and you can apply there online if you need an opportunity or your family or friend that needs an opportunity. There you go. Thanks for watching here, whether it is on my page, Meteorologist Ben Peine. Thanks for liking, subscribing. That goes a long way to help us out. Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube, and extolmag.com/weather online. As Vicky Berger just said, have a great day. Thanks for watching here. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. We'll see you later. Enjoy the sun.